Hi students, today we are going to learn about the divergence and curl of magnetic field. So first of all, learn about straight line currents and Ampere law. We all know that a steady current produces magnetic field. So here you can see a straight conductor pointing towards you. So the dot that's shown at the middle is a conductor that is pointing from the board towards you. It produces a magnetic field. So imagine that the current is pointing towards you. Then use the right hand rule. So thumb shows the direction of current that is towards you. Then the fingers curl around the conductor in the counterclockwise direction. So the magnetic field lines are shown in counterclockwise direction. So they are concentric circles. So how to find an expression for this magnetic field or the line integral of this magnetic field? So that is the line integral of magnetic field, integral B dot dl. We already derived the expression for magnetic field due to a straight conductor, that is mu 0 I over 2 pi distance 2 pi s dot dl. So here you can see that the magnetic field and the length element that we consider here, they're the same direction. So B dot dl will give B dl cos 0. That is why it is dl only. Now mu 0 is a constant factor, I is constant, 2 pi s are constants, integral ds, integral dl. But what is the integral dl for a circle? It is 2 pi times the radius, 2 pi s. So 2 pi s cancels with 2 pi s, so that gives mu 0 I. Now, what if instead of a single conductor, if there is a bunch of conductors there, like this? And in this situation, we can imagine a loop in order to apply this Ampere law that we obtained just now, that is integral B dot dl equal to mu 0 I. So, if there is a bunch of conductors and we can imagine a loop that encircling the entire conductors, entire currents in the situation. And such a loop we call that as Ampere loop or Amperian loop. So when you apply the Ampere law to such a loop, we can write it as integral B dot dl equal to mu 0 times the total current, or we say it as current enclosed. So this is the Ampere law. So integral B dot dl equal to mu 0 times I enclosed. Now we can write I enclosed equal to integral J dot dA. So applying this into the above equation and using the Stokes theorem, we learned many such theorems before starting the electrodynamics lessons. So here we are applying the Stokes theorem. So first of all, we are substituting this integral B dot dl equal to mu 0 times integral J dot dA. Now we are going to apply Stokes theorem to the left side. The integral B dot dl can be replaced by integral del cross B dot dA equal to mu 0 times integral J dot dA. So this gives a result del cross B equal to mu 0 times J. This is another way of writing the same expression that we wrote above, that is integral B dot dl equal to mu 0 times I. Now, as an application of this Ampere law, so what is that Ampere law we wrote? We wrote Ampere law as integral B dot dl equal to mu 0 times I enclosed. We derived this. We can derive this from the curl of B also, that we'll learn the next slide. So this is the precise statement, mathematical statement of what is called Ampere circuital law. So as an application of this Ampere circuital law, we can use this for finding the expression for magnetic field produced due to a straight conductor. So you just imagine a straight conductor like this. This is a straight conductor here. It is not parallel conductor. It is only one conductor. I just drawn with some thickness. Okay, so we have to find the magnetic field at some distance s from here. So if you want to find the magnetic field, what can we do is we can draw an Amperian loop encircling the current here. So here I took the Ampere loop in the form of a circle concentric with the axis of the conductor. And we know that the magnetic field also concentric circles here. So the magnetic field and the Ampere loop are tangential in this case. Therefore, the angle between them will be 0. Magnetic field is a circle and the Ampere loop I selected is also in the form of a circle. So the angle between magnetic field and the Ampere loop is the length of a small element of Ampere loop is 0. So B dot dl can be written as what? Integral B dl cos 0 equal to mu 0 times I. If there's only one current flowing through this, that will I. If there are more, you can write I1 plus I2, that will be I enclosed. So here I'm replacing I enclosed with I. Now B, you see it's a circle concentric with the axis of the conductor. Therefore, the distance is s to each point. Therefore, B is constant there. Integral dl equal to mu 0 times I. What is integral dl for a circle? It is 2 pi times s. That is equal to mu 0 times I. Or the magnetic field due to a straight conductor is mu 0 divided by 2 pi times I divided by s. This is exactly the same result that we proved with Biot-Savart law. So this is one of the application of Ampere law. So same Ampere law can be used to find the magnetic field due to a solenoid or a toroid or such applications. So you all try to perform the Ampere circuital law in the case of solenoids and toroids. Okay. Next we are going to divergence and curl of magnetic field. So we all know the Biot-Savart law. B is equal to mu 0 divided by 4 pi integral J cross r cap divided by r square d tau. This is for a volume element. Just rearrange the Biot-Savart law as J cross R d tau. It was I cross R d L we wrote. So, but I, we know J is I over area. So here it was actually I cross R. But suddenly how we change the Biot-Savart law into a volume? So for a volume element, you are writing it's the same expression for that. So what I did here is B equal to mu 0 divided by 4 pi integral I cross R cap divided by R square dl was there. What we can do is we can multiply this with dA and divide this with dA. So what is this? I over dA. I over dA is the J, the current density. And what is dl times dA? It is d tau, the volume element. Let us see, it's dl dash. So dl dash times dA is equal to what? D tau dash. That's a volume element. So the Biot-Savart law written for a small volume element, the entire volume element is this. So this is the expression for that. Now apply divergence to this. So del dot B, we are applying divergence to the expression for magnetic field. That is mu 0 divided by 4 pi integral del dot J cross R by R square d tau dash. Now using the product rule for this term inside the integral del dot J cross R divided by R square. So here what we apply the product rule, del dot the cross product of two vectors J and R cap, that is equal to the second term dot del dot the first term minus first term dot del cross the second term. That is what we applied here. Okay, but we know that for steady currents del cross J equal to 0 because J does not depends on the values or the variables x, y and z. And del cross r cap divided by r square also equal to 0. The second term, del cross r cap divided by r square equal to 0. These two we proved in the previous modules or previous problems. You can refer to those problems for how we proved that del cross r by r square equal to 0 and del cross j equal to 0. So these two are 0, then that gives del dot b equal to 0. That is, the divergence of magnetic field is 0. Now let us see the curl of magnetic field. So for this also we can write the Biot-Savart law, that is B equal to mu 0 divided by 4 pi integral J cross r cap divided by r square d tau. Now taking the curl of this expression for magnetic field, we can write del cross B equal to mu 0 by 4 pi del cross J cross r by r square d tau dash. Okay, it will be d dot dash. Then taking the second, the term inside the integral and applying the product rule, it is del cross the cross product of two vectors. So that gives first vector times del dot second vector minus j dot del times the second vector, and this term j dot del 0, and del dot r cap divided by r square is equal to 4 pi times delta function, 4 pi times delta cube. This is a delta function which has a value 1. Okay, so by applying that we get del cross B equal to mu 0 divided by 4 pi j 4 pi delta cube of r d tau dash integral. This gives mu 0 times j, because delta cube value is 1. So this gives under volume, so del cross B equal to mu 0 times j. So this gives the expression for curl of magnetic field. We already derived the del cross B. This del cross B is equal to mu 0 j from Ampere law. In reverse also we can do. So how can we derive the Ampere law from here? So just by taking integral of, so integral of del cross B dot dA equal to integral B dot dl. So by applying the Stokes theorem, we can change the area integral to line integral. That's equal to mu 0 times j dot dA, because del cross B is equal to j, right? Mu 0 j, I mean. So integral B dot dl equal to, what is integral j dot dA? That is the I enclosed, total current enclosed, mu 0 times I enclosed. So that is so we can derive the Ampere law from the curl of magnetic field also again. Okay, students. So here we learned about Ampere law, divergence of magnetic field, and curl of magnetic field.